and welcome to my channel. By the title of this video, you can tell that I am going to be talking about my top 5 books of 2021. This one was pretty difficult because I didn't read that much in 2021. I've read about like 17 books maybe. The majority of those books were series. The books that I'm going to be showing you are, the order isn't like the order of my favorite to least favorite out of the top 5. It's in order from when I read them. So whenever I started reading in 2021, I didn't know exactly what kind of books I was going to be into or drawn to. Turns out it's thrillers. Spoiler alert. My first book of my favorites is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This is a really good book. It is YA and it is kind of a thriller mystery and I really enjoyed it. It was really nice to start with this book altogether because it kind of gives you an intro of, if you're into thrillers and mysteries and stuff, it's kind of like a really good intro into those kinds of books. I have not read the rest of this series because I didn't know it was a series when I bought it. I didn't feel the need to read the second and third book because of how it ended. I do want to read it eventually. Second book is The Push. I absolutely love this book. I feel like it's very underrated. I never hear about it on TikTok or anything, so I'm like, oh my god, why aren't people talking about this book? It is so good. Like, it's just so good. It's kind of like psychological thriller, and it's just so good. I feel like every mom should read it if they're into thrillers. Not if they're not into thrillers, don't read it. But if you're a mom and you're into thrillers, definitely check this out because it kind of gives you a different perspective of motherhood. I don't know. I absolutely love this book. It's just, I would definitely reread that book. Probably this year. The next book I read is this. If you follow my other YouTube account, I did a buddy read with my friend Kaden, and it took us forever to even read this book because I did a whole week where, well, I say week, it was like 3 days, where I didn't even pick up this book because talk to her because I had sun poisoning. That was fun. This book is really, really good. It was my first Riley Sager that I've read. I will say the first half for me was a bit slow where I was just like, okay, alright. But the second half of this book, I could not put down. I could not put down. It's just so good. You think you know who the person is? You don't know who the person is. You don't know. And I really, really loved this one. It was a great intro to Riley Sager. So, if you've never read any Riley Sager books, I suggest reading this one first. At least so far. I haven't read all of his other ones. But I'm really glad I read this one first. My next one is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I love this book. I will say I just love this whole series. I could not put down these books. I will say this one took me a little longer than the rest of them, but that's because I didn't want it to end. I absolutely love this book. If you're into fantasy and romance, I suggest this series. It's really good. And then this one, The Silent Patient by Alex. You know your last name. I can't. I'm not even gonna try. I'm sorry. But this book, oh my god. I was kind of hesitant to read it only because I heard one negative thing, how they felt like it was overrated and that they felt like it was overhyped. So I was like, fudge, what if I don't like it? I was so nervous to even like pick it up because I was like, what if I don't like it? Because I was looking forward to reading it. I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna be so good. The cover is gorgeous. It's gonna be amazing. Like, I was hyping it up myself, and whenever they said that they didn't like it and it was overhyped and all that, I was like, oh my god, what if I just overhyped the book for myself? I am so glad I read this book. This was one of my quickest reads. I read it in 2 days. I'm a slow reader, so 2 days max on this to read this book. I could not put it down. When I say I could not put it down, I could not put it down. The only times I put it down was whenever I was cooking dinner, watching TV because I'm eating dinner. Oh, and sleeping, you know, because that's a thing. People gotta sleep. Other than that, I was reading this book. It's so good. It was a perfect book. I loved it. I can never not hype that book up. It's so good. These were my top 5 books. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.